Hey there everyone, LoneWolf360 here, back again for another video, and man, let me tell you, I'm in such a good mood right now that it's almost hard to comprehend a coherent sentence. But of course, how about we get into the video? So the last time that I talked about the Mario movie was literally the day right before the trailer dropped. And sure, while I thought that the first trailer was good, there really wasn't anything for me to go work with when it came to my overall thoughts on stuff other than the visuals and the voice acting. So now that we have a bit of a more extended trailer showcasing more stuff, I feel like now's the time where I can really give my honest opinions on everything that's going on. Kinda similar to my Sonic Frontiers videos so far, so of course, let us start off with the visuals. So, if there's one thing which I think we can all agree with, it has to be the fact that this movie is honestly so fucking pretty. Like, if we were going to compare this film alone to like all of Illumination's past projects, it just stands out because Illumination really went all out when it came to making Mario's world just look so fucking visually appealing, if I were going to be completely honest. And I feel like that's mainly due to my little joke about, I don't know, Nintendo breathing down Illumination's throat, like in my video for example. I'm pretty sure that Nintendo was like breathing down Illumination's neck to make sure that whatever the fuck they're doing is in their own vision instead. But jokes aside, when it comes to the visuals, once again, I'm just gonna say they're fucking amazing, and the fact that this is from like the same company that made so many mediocre movies like fucking Despicable Me and all the sequels that came with it is honestly something that blows my mind. But of course, visuals aren't everything, and this is the part where I start talking about the voice acting. So personally speaking, I'm a bit of a open-minded guy, and while Chris Pratt's Mario was a bit weird to listen to, I don't really think that him voicing the character really makes or breaks the film for me personally, because I'm the type of person that can really just put that aside and then appreciate the film for what it is. But a lot of people don't share the same precedent as me, so I think it's only fair to talk about the general consensus. So with the original teaser trailer that dropped, a lot of people didn't really like the short snippets of Mario's voice because, well, it didn't really sound like Mario. And I don't really think anyone's opinion is truly going to change now, because once again, when you listen to the character, you just hear Chris Pratt, you don't really hear Mario. Now, apparently, I'm not one of those people that's gonna claim that the film's like gonna be bad with it its entirety because of it, but I'm just saying, it's something that's so obvious that it's just kind of hard to put your knowledge aside, you know? Especially when it doesn't really help the precedent of, like, actual voice actors getting replaced by celebrities and whatnot. But once again, I'm not saying the movie's going to be bad because of it, I'm just pointing that out. But now that we're done with that, how about I talk about the plot, or what little we got to learn from this trailer at least. So, when it comes to the plot of this movie, I'm gonna be completely honest here, but I don't really expect it to be anything all that special. And that's mainly due to the way about how Illumination writes their films. Because, like, if we're going to be completely honest here, none of their scripts or stories have really ever stood out to be all that good. Because I feel like the best thing they can really put out is something that may be a bit generic, but good enough to where no one really comments on it, you know? And I kind of feel like that's going to be the vibe that this movie goes for. Though, one of the weirdest complaints I've heard for when it comes to this movie is one of this film's characters being woke, and that being Princess Peach. Now, I've seen this clip from this guy called Geeks and Gamers, which I'll probably put up here, which literally claimed that this film was woke because what is that? The main woman of the movie decided to actually do something instead of just being the damsel in distress.
A lot to talk about. I was liking it a lot, and then major red flag, which was right here. It's like Bo Peep, Ray Skywalker. You got Peach just taking charge.
Shut your stupid ass. And I'm just going to put a few things in the context why this argument doesn't really work when it comes to the film being woke. So from both of the trailers, we see that Bowser is going around from kingdom to kingdom, wrecking shit, and like any other Tuesday. And Peach is one of those people that sees that this is an obvious problem. So she goes to deal with said problem. And for what we know when it comes to both of the trailers, Mario isn't really someone that lives in this world and just more or less gets isekai'd into it and ends up finding himself in this situation, which probably makes it worse because Bowser somehow recognizes him. So I don't really see about her having more of a prominent role in this film is a woke thing. It's like grasping at straws which are fucking invisible, because it's just that much of an empty fucking argument. Because in all honesty, I feel like there's nothing really to confirm or deny that this is actually going to be a thing. Now, if this is a thing in the movie to where Peach is so much of a good character that Mario being there is kind of redundant, well, okay, I can understand it. But considering that we have really nothing to really base that statement off of, well, it's just kind of a useless argument, if you guys know what I mean. But how about we move on into the conclusion? So, in the end, I have to say, despite me being more of a Sonic guy, I'm kind of hyped for the Mario movie. Not only because it looks pretty damn good, but in all honesty, I just kind of want to see about how well this does. Because I feel like, you know what, despite the Sonic movie being pretty good, I feel like other characters should at least have some time in the spotlight. And hopefully this film doesn't have that Detective Pikachu type deal to where, despite it being a pretty good film both visually and story-wise, at least in my opinion, it tanks for some apparent reason which I just cannot recall off the top of my head as of now. But that's all I have to say. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope to see y'all in another video and enjoy the outro. Later, folks.